For millions of athletes, there are only 99 possible numbers to choose from. 99 different numbers, but millions of different meanings and stories. Some are random, some idolize childhood heroes, and some are more personal. Sophomore guard Sam Pryor wears number 34 for the Western Illinois women's basketball team to honor her hero, the one who taught her the game, and the one that gave her life.
I definitely think I was one of the luckiest kids to have the kind of mom that I did. She's definitely one of my best friend, the best person I've ever met in my life. She's probably one of the goofiest people I've ever met in my life.
Lisa Pryor was more than just a mother and a best friend to her daughter Sam. She was a coach, a mentor, and the reason why Sam and many others are playing at the collegiate level today. When Sam was in 4th grade, her mother took it upon herself to start a feeder program for girls to start playing basketball at a younger age. It
was just all the girls from Burlington, and we would all go, and it was just a little feeder team, and we had different coaches. We were the orange team, we were the Orange Crush, and that's how I started playing basketball, and that's how all these other girls started playing basketball as well. And seeing Maddie playing at Quincy, and Becca playing at Elmhurst, and Kayla playing at Olivet, all of us started because my mom started that program.
Lisa played collegiate basketball at Elmhurst College, where she wore number 34, the same number that her daughter would wear during her basketball career.
I always wanted to be number 34 in everything I did, and in middle school, I remember we were picking out uniforms, and I actually stiffed this one girl because it was supposed to be her turn to go, and I was like, is number 34 left? She's like, yeah, but I'm gonna get it. I'm like, no, you're not. And I cut her, and the girl was so mad at the time, but I didn't care. And ever since then, I've been number 34. I went in the equipment room in 6th grade, and I pulled the number 34, and I was like, this is my number.
In the spring of 2009, Lisa began to get sick. By July of the same year, she was diagnosed with cancer, multiple myeloma, a cancer of plasma cells that attacks and weakens the bones, immune system, and kidneys. Throughout tough rounds of chemo and treatment, it was Lisa's positive spirit and attitude that never changed.
When she got really sick and had to shave her head, that would bring any girl to tears. I would cry if I lost my hair, but my mom, I remember, I think it was Thanksgiving one year, we all sat at the table, and my mom brought out Expo Sharpie markers, and me and my cousin, she was drawing my head. And we all drew faces and stuff, and like hearts on her head, and so and she had to go back to the hospital. So she'd go to the hospital, and I think I drew eyes on the back of her head, and she'd walk down the hallway, and the back of her head would be I see you or something. It was just that aspect of her, made her one of the best people I've ever met, the best person I've ever met in my life.
As her mother's health declined, Sam looked for a different way to honor her mom, other than on a basketball court. Something that was forever, and something that connected the two to the game that they loved. A number.
I was I want 34 on my wrist. I don't want it big, but I want it where I'll see it every day. I didn't want it on my shoulder. I wanted to see it. She was off all the medication, and she realized what it meant, and she thought it was the most interesting thing, and she wanted one too, but she couldn't get her a tattoo because she couldn't have blood drawn because it wouldn't clot. So I drew it on her with a pen so we could have the same one, and we'd take pictures together with that. Now every time I go in a huddle, I look at it this is what I go up and say oorah with anytime we bring in a practice, this is the arm that goes up because so I could see her.
Lisa Pryor lost her 7-year battle with cancer on July 9th, 2016. She was 51. After losing part of her family, it was Sam's future basketball family who would come to support her. 3.5 hours away, Coach Gravina and his team traveled to Elgin to pay their respects to the Pryor family.
They all came to the memorial service though. I didn't know them, and they all came, and they all hugged me, and Gravina was crying, and I didn't know, I committed, but I didn't know him. So I think just from that start, I knew I was in a good place.
In her first collegiate season, the women were crowned Summer League regular season and tournament champions, highlighted by a win against a school she had previously committed to, in a game with a halftime score of 34-34. in which WIU's leading scorer notched 34 points. The first year of college is always tough, and in Sam's case, probably tougher than most. As time has passed, she's grown stronger and has a new outlook on life. And even though it's hard sometimes, she knows that she has the support of her teammates, her family, and most importantly, her biggest fan.
I've grown since that's happened. It's definitely made me realize how small certain things are in life. I pick my battles now. I don't let things that used to bother me. In high school, I'd care what a girl thought of my hair, and now it just makes me think that's the smallest thing, considering what is actually important in life. And I see there's more to life than basketball and sports. Honestly, how important your family is and how you can take it for granted because they're always with you, and they're not always going to be with you. I never thought about that. I miss her, and I hope she's proud of me.